everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're going to continue on with Jena's baby journey. It's been a while since we posted a video, so sorry about that, but we're back and here it is. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back.
I love you.
I love you too. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Tell me about this one.
This is a Walkman. Maybe you could tell us more about that one.
Why would I be able to tell you more about it?
Because I think that's from your time.
Okay, so it's like the predecessor to the Discman, which is the predecessor to the MP3 player, which is the predecessor to the iPod, which is the predecessor to the iPhone.
Cool.
You put cassette tapes in that thing and you had to rewind it and fast forward it. Got AM, FM radio.
That's how big he is.
So as far as your baby journey right now, what's been going on?
Stop. Ronan is the size of a Walkman now. And he's able to open and close his eyes. He can blink. And in our last sonogram that we went to, I was 25 weeks. And we were watching him up on the monitor and we saw him drinking the fluid, I guess.
Amniotic fluid.
Amniotic fluid, or just sticking his tongue out, but we saw his little tongue. He is kicking a lot these days. Very, very active little boy. Recently, I've had a couple pretty good jabs, and I'll just be sitting either at the dinner table or here watching TV with you, and I'll just be like, ah! And then at night, I feel him a lot. Of course, when I'm laying down.
So we had a medical issue in the last couple of weeks.
So, around 20 weeks, my placenta was showing as previa, meaning it was a low-lying placenta. It was covering my cervix completely, and that was a real bummer for me because a lot of things can go hand in hand with that. You just really have to watch yourself and can't lift over a certain amount of weight and can't do anything extraneous because either the placenta can detach or it can rupture. And so every day you would be saying a little prayer for us and for the little placenta to move. That was what you would say. You would say, and move the placenta. Amen. Overall, that whole diagnosis, it's not the worst thing, but it was just kind of a bummer overall. But we just kept our spirits high and we just trusted that things would just work out by the grace of God. And a few weeks later, that's when we found out that the placenta had moved.
So you ended up going to see
a high-risk specialist.
Thanks, Dr. Parker. She's a wonderful physician. How is the last couple of weeks in your body?
So I've been getting a lot more restless. I don't know why, for some reason at night. When it's time to go to bed, I'll just lay there and I'll just feel so antsy and so squirmy. I think because I just don't feel comfortable now. It's a completely different feeling now. I feel like something's in the way for sure. Sleeping on my sides is irritating me, and you're supposed to only sleep on your left side, and that's irritating me now. I'm a lot more irritable, I think. I've noticed I've noticed my mood shift a lot, at work and here. I just feel myself getting a little bit more, have a little bit more of an edge. Constantly peeing still. That never ever went away.
So when we go back and visit video number 1, when you say it's supposed to get better.
Yes. Overall, my pregnancy has been really great. I haven't had any crazy symptoms or anything, no crazy nausea or vomiting or anything but the peeing, I'll go at night, when we're winding to go to bed, and then I'll lay in bed and I'll be like, I have to go again.
So you had, well, I'll just ask you the question.
Oh, geez.
How many pairs of pants do you fit into now?
Okay, so the first pregnancy pant that I bought is now pushing the limit for me. The little spandex part of it, I'm stretching it and try to put it over my little belly here. And when I sit down, it's definitely not as comfortable. So that, all the other pants are fine because I got them a little bit bigger, but my first pair, I don't think I'll be able to fathom those.
So when we first met, you pretty much disclosed to me that you exclusively wore dresses.
Yes.
And now you don't wear any dresses.
Yes.
Rarely ever do you wear a dress. So why not move to dresses then?
I should. It's been a little breezy lately, like kind of chilly lately, but I would love to. I didn't even think about that, honestly. I bet I would feel a lot better, honestly, instead of feeling like a stuffed sausage. It feels like just saying the word dress, it feels like less constricting than what I'm wearing right now.
So
I don't have any pants on, by the way. That's what this is for. So we're off to a good start.
what trimester are you in now?
I'm still in my second one. I'm rounding out the second one.
Between the last video and today, what has been the most difficult for you?
Definitely finding a comfortable position at night to sleep. I'll just be spinning in bed trying to find something that makes me feel reasonably okay. Bending down to pick things up, it's actually causing me a little bit of pain the way that I'm doing it now. I can't do that the way that I used to do. And I was just telling you earlier today that, remind me if I have to, if you see me bending down, remind me not to do it the normal way.
What have you enjoyed, or what is something good that's going on right now?
I really like that my bump is starting to be a little bit more pronounced now, instead of me just looking like
Fudgy the Whale?
yes, like I've just kind of like gained weight. I want to be like sensitive about it.
Don't want to be sensitive about it or
Speaking
whining
so
about it. This is the
neutral.
time to be whiny and sensitive. This is a documentation of your pregnancy, and so when you look back on this 15 years from now,
I'll translate it. I'll be like, she's saying she felt not thin, but she really felt freaking fat.
So if you could give
Okay, well, to finish that question
Go.
out, I really like the fact that my bump is starting to be a little bit more pronounced now. You can actually see a little bump now. Like before, it was just like this unformed floppy blob of a midsection. But now, I think that's kind of like trimmed down a little bit, and now I'm just left with like the bump. Our baby's on the smaller side. And so my bump isn't as big as it probably should be at, almost 7 months along. So that's the only thing, like when I tell people how far along I am, they're like, what?
So at 26 weeks, is there any advice that you would give your 24-week self or somebody else?
I would say start lathering up on like lotion and oils and creams. That's kind of the thing when I see all these like, oh, use lotion every day and you'll never see a stretch mark. It's like, no.
Do you have stretch marks?
I found my first one like last week.
Can I show us?
Show us.
You want to show
I
us?
don't have pants on.
Oh, that's fine. So how are we doing in the baby preparation department?
Okay. Well, we're trying to get his nursery together. We've got the walls painted. We're doing an airplane theme. My dad took us to get a crib. And you picked out a changing table. And I got a glider. And you put everything together.
So what's next?
What is next? What would you like to do in baby prep?
Decorations. We're gonna decorate the walls.
Well, you had a project you wanted to do.
We'll figure out a design and install some custom built shelving. My saw, my screwdriver, DeWalt, by the way. That's gonna be a fun project.
How are you feeling at 26 weeks?
I feel great. I feel ready, and I never have really wanted to just get to the end of your pregnancy, but I think it's to the point right now where it's been the first phase of, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant, and now we get to tell everybody we're pregnant, and this is, everything's life is changing. Now it's body changes and getting accustomed to a new feeling, and so now I just want it to be over.
Hey,
yeah, I just want it to be over. Not because I don't want you to finish the pregnancy, but it's because it's like there's nothing left now but the baby getting bigger. That's it. So just give them to me now, right? I mean, that's fine. But yeah, from the outside looking in, I'm at the point where I'm tapping my foot and looking at my watch. Now it's just a matter of waiting. For me, looking at you, the only thing that's going to change really at this point is maybe a little size. For me, it's just a waiting game, and there's nothing, at this point it almost feels like there's nothing left for me to experience. I guess what I'm trying to say is like there's nothing new that's going to happen. I hate to say it like that, but it's like nothing new is going to happen. You're not going to, oh, he's got lungs now, and oh, his heart started beating, and you know, like that first 8 weeks was like everything happened in the first 8 weeks. And every time you open that app, it's like, oh my gosh, his ears flapping, and his fingernails are 9-inch nails, and but now he's just getting bigger. I mean, he's like, basically he is what he's going to be born. And so now
there's things to look forward to, like we can sign up for a 3D ultrasound.
That's stupid.
That's not.
I'm just
we can get a bear with his heartbeat in
That's
it.
stupid too.
That's not.
Oh, we can do the tour at the
You'll
hospital.
be able to start feeling him better.
Say we can do the tour at the hospital.
You say that.
No, you say it.
No,
You say it.
Tour to hospital.
That's stupid.
Come on.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Honest, thanks.
See where I'll be delivering.
Sea world, ocean, fish, jump, China. Don't look at that one. So in the next couple of weeks, we have lots to look forward to.
There's little things now. I think you'll be able to start feeling him a little bit more too. Yeah.
Feel me, bro?
It's not boring.
What's not boring?
The growing of the baby.
Oh no, I didn't.
Well, maybe for you. Let's back this.
Well,
Let's clarify a few things. Actually, it's stalled for you, maybe, but I notice a lot of things going on still.
Well,
like,
that's what I said.
and I feel like his kicks are getting stronger. I'm obviously getting a little bit more bigger because of freaking stretch marks.
Fudge the well.
Out of 1 through 10, you're just 10 all the way. Like just as soon as you get out of the bed, all day long.
No way.
Yeah, you are.
Man, I peter out at like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, but then you're petering out. What is that, like an 8? And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. You're at the movies in the restroom today, and you're making a friend.
Who did I make a friend with?
I don't know, that's what Norris was saying.
Not in the restroom. I don't make a friend.
Oh.
Oh, they were putting spices on their popcorn, and some guy was like, "Can I get in there?" And I was like, "Yeah, if Miles didn't take all the salt."
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today. Catch you on the flippity flip.